Ya papa dona de lo wala pare kanyambo tipiti. Kajin bale nyanyi nyambo ya doaji mara ya panyuno kololango. Ngula jul ringi manda Central Land Council mano WETT project officers. Please iri lele nyanga nyambo ya doaji mara ya panyuno pato kololango. Ngula jok.
Worry, education, training, trust, WETT.
Well, the history, I suppose, goes back to the Walbury Triangle and the women and the educators that have been involved in that, for a really long time. And I attended a meeting one day in Largemona back in 2001, and people asked me then, how do we access royalty funds at the local level? And we had a discussion about that. Then in 2003, the mines in the Tanami were open for renegotiation. They'd reached their first life, and they were up for renegotiation. So, as a part of the Central Land Council, on behalf of traditional owners, renegotiated that agreement. As a part of that, there was this fund set aside specifically for education and training.
WETT program will set up manula 2004. Lajamanla meeting long aja ya paparogoro maybe tias varigile and morning when parulanga roli when pariana ken palkanga new mandorang wat wanganja ya paparok.
We agreed that an extra 0.5% of the value of the gold produced would go directly to this body known as WETT, Walbury Education Training Trust. And we were very happy to do that, and we recognised that the traditional owners were also keen to have this money specially set aside for education and for the future of their kids.
Nyaprajanga kayane ne tala wetikira.
Essentially 20% of all the royalties that come out of the mine to traditional owners is now specifically intended for WETT.
Manam penyangol punan nyar pangaja pena kanan report manenya na wuri keral kangana karam. Executive member wati keral kangola kannya na kura waring ke patro. Pada apa patro yung nal nyarang kangarene nyampujo tala na de kayana ne nganem pakoro lang pokanga executive member wati karana yani kajana namba education kara kuro ko ngale panyang pano ko joko.
Family rol di angalman chalbegan and ngane garagan WETT garagan and nyambugan family ngulo langaman investment yang ngaliran yang ngalam member ngane kora orang baru kan nira ambuka WETT garan chal nyam tala WETT kan
ngane ngulo jo war bi baru klang charo ngulo na nyina kimiri war yanga ait pala nyir pala kirama yundum lang kirama laja manang kirama and ngula orang kirama and ngula changa jo yanga ngula yani kana lang meeting kira wangam kanan meeting la kanga ngula war bi baru klang charo and cinta cari kanan jananga advisory committee tu meeting kan lab manangan balai kamar jo war bi baru klang charo kan ngula janga advisory and wangam kanan langa yanga nya kanan ngula nama letter lang ili menanga matpi yanga youth and media law early childhood law pula terkana nanga every organization nanga mula mangga milkana langa cinta man kana charo nyat panga ko jan ngula na ngula jar panga wal bi porok lan charo WETT meeting janga kanyil kana ngana karal la jaman koral yang uri jal koral kang kura meeting kala aski man kana jana kimiri wat wangam kanal jana en nyanu wangam kanal jana chunga mega mam ko ngambur pa ngana nyina maja ampa ko inja ko japa ka ja karya kanga an nyanu kal wangam me mil ko ngam kanal jana nga pipa kanal jana chu mane nyambo ajal nyanga waja nyambra ko na kanal wangam maja chala ngo jajan nyar pa kabungul jana kuri jar nyambra ko jaja an nyanu kal wangam yes na wangal nyal ya ko jana nyambu juga kare manga dengan decision making.
The Central Land Council is also asked to be the agent to act on behalf of WETT and Kura to administer the fund and do the administrative work and make all of that happen. The committee also funds 2 positions. Those positions are based in the Central Land Council, and their jobs is to go out and consult with the community, with the schools, with the general Warlpiri population about what they want, how they want things done, and feed that back into the committee for decision making.
Konya buat umra kanal muran ula ju chat bukan ya paklang bukan ira ninja ko program mereka mura ya pogin jago ku jaga jara kulu kurang kanyi mula da biya kuna mura wala jaga wala jaga manin jago kulu kan jago kan bisit kira ko mura mula julla chat bukan kap men klang lawa ya paklang umra kanal mula ko jiran
Figures, young man, 400,000, well, I know 100,000 each. Well, a longer man pickle. You the man gonna let them man trippy, and your pen will man gonna pass. But I'm lip trouble on manam covered and when I water trail color.
Chinaka jingana igara, Nabanga, Oma, you got a wet Changaju library, a community library. Mula ya pa kayo ngol injang la wat ke jareme.
Secondary school support wet umrat kanal yusuman. Like last year liano lajaman odam bat kodoro. Young men and kanda young man at mula.
Good in that trip. One trip alam gola. Yeah, something like that on a wet program once a month. Yeah, it's good too. But to visit all them place, interesting. You can look at a side story and the other side story.
Ya paranga elda sore nunguna jana kanyang kan visit o ya pula bakuna kal pinya sekolah ngula jangan ngunu jana payment ngula jangan wet jangan elda payment
Nyambur la jaman laju umra kayo kami wet jangan ngula ju kulu ko kayo kami kulu laju ngula ju karal jara ya ba ko yinni yungul jara kulu kanyi manji gemara manji ke wolin jika ka jara kanya ka wolin jilango mara ya pa ka jara wat ke jara nyampo nga kulu la kulaku
La jawel bali bejana kangu warang ngurju kakarali bejana kangu yang ana geram jangal bangal bakura manu ngana geram merede gera manu kulur ngaling bakura ngurju nyani wala janga jeli bejana kangu mana geral ko anga yenen joñ gora ngole anga school ngula gula kuja kalunga anga cica nulu kuja le banyanjanu cica nulu le bajana ngulu ya le waru nyango manjigili bangunan junel la jowang nguranga ngulang ngula jungurjo
Yanera kanal classroom kanal ko kanal lichana one pre ngorjo lenyana
manne ki jigare yo pali kara kapule bajana kanye jalang loju yo
Telaw na din kaon yellow group. Tabal jare tungare nungare.
Let's go.
And tungare. Na din kaon ulkuman and elders watul na din kaon. Man nagijik. Man yu bolik man wada pik man ina lanu waro. WETT program am ko jagal to wan. Mutu na ko work jam.
Wala ni kar jana kan jana parlo. Ya patit jana kadar jana kanye. Kita kan jauh, kan orang kadar jana. Mulai jangan jauh, pina kan jana kadar jana, kolo kora, iu picanga, pipa kora mana kadar lo, world pre lah.
World pre, kolo, jangan lupa ni cari, mau junain, cari, mau jangan nal jangan cuma ni agak Mangalang Pujoding Mangari Marlo Iguana Lara Panjal Najan Juman Puro
nampu peajo ngana kiji kalau wada apa kena minji lang kayak biwan kalau jangan modern poaching nyampujo karinya lah nyampujo ular kalau penyan mau kemau penyan nyampu dulu jarang kalau nalpur nyampu kalau nalpur jarang
Stories ang polka ngaran pokoral kan cuman so we can keep those stories and ngana keep it ngana tan nga jukanga record pe ang tan nga juk ngana mi ngan bajang apa kan yo ngut janga so ngana word build kan leran and there's always English translation ang prangle in every book we have that English prangle all of these books that we print out 2 ways and Titi mangal jangan utang. Nyambrangkan pokuat panangan amban. Nyambrol. Again language janga. Wall belagan roman. Kodo wall belang strong badan. Mula ngai nyampe janga mul. Pena jaram prana jog nyam wall break langa. Kojai nambe.
Mula befo wall schools ni nam la nyambo yundom la jamano nyirpe. Anula si udah sampel pokilam kanal jana. That is we communities kira. Udah raja bang share man. Nyambut.
Mucu nyana kacungan war kita mengana lajo yang kanyambo ngulakal jana ngam iye chal kaya kal jana ngucu mana kurukul ken puku war kal jana ngucu man chal kaya kojo. Yang ayungul nyanyi yungul pina jaram kujar benga. Man piati ko ngutu nyana ngula kal jana helpi mane dala kal jana la ngai ngana wetenge wanga kanal jana la wala ngapoko kal ngutu man nyampula ngutu nyana kuru kanga ngol pina jarame mani ngol ridi mananga chunga nyana mani ngol milya binye
lam jana gal kulu wada rajo walpre both way English and walpre gal lam jana ridi man jana gal ngut nyana gal ngadinya nukala yang matalo ngadinya jalang lijo ready man jan kala kudu pokok wal pri kanga jalang kala wida ada ku kan jana no sambol ngaju nyuru in pan sate kan jalang ucu yang people kala war ki janjane kudu pola kanga kala war ki janjane jalang
went to the CLC for help with the early childhood program, and CLC approached World Vision. So World Vision's role is to provide technical expertise and WETT provide all the funds for all the projects. World Vision did some community consultations in each of the 4 communities, and each community came up with a list of things. At Yuendumu has a full childcare centre, and they've been trying to get training for years. So we're very hopeful that we'll deliver this new contract, training contract. They've got 13 staff who want to do their Cert 3. And at Niripi, they have a creche which had a few difficulties last year, so it closed, and so we're helping the Shire to re-establish that. At Lajamanu, they have already a creche, and it's run by the school. What we're trying to do is work with Bachelor to support those 5 staff. We're also having early discussions with Lajamanu Clinic, who want to run a young mums group, so we'll be using WETT money to mentor their workers and help them establish the young mums group. The community said they'd like another play group as well as the creche, because the creche only caters for 15 children. And one of the big things for Wallara was to get a play group happening, because they don't have any early childhood provision here. We've got a Men's Place in Children's Lives project happening, and we're using an Indigenous man from Newcastle University who's done lots of work around the country with men in prisons and in community about having positive images of men doing things with kids.
So it's about capturing that moment where visual images really stand out, and then people take an interest on who's on the posters. And it's also about trying to get the posters to talk to the guys about how they see their role as a father and what role they do play with their children, whether they're newborns to grown men, but we all still have a role to play with our children.
Action!
We're really excited about the WETT program. Elders of the communities all around this place, all the Warlpiri communities, they decided they wanted something like the Mount Theo program with youth diversion and leadership and all sorts of training. They wanted it for everybody, for Lajamanu, for Wallara, for Niripi and for Yuendumu. And they came to us because they liked Mount Theo, they liked what we did, and they also came to ask PAW, Warlpiri Media, because apart from young people having something to do, those elders really wanted people to have jobs to move into. And we'd done a lot of film with Warlpiri Media before. And so they came to both of us, and we made a partnership where we'd work in every community. We've got special trainer, Anna, who goes to each community and starts working with those young people to make DVDs, make videos. And they start right from scratch. They do the filming, the scripting, the editing, everything to make a solid program at the end. And they've produced some fantastic things.
The youth and media is that it's based around youth activities, diversionary stuff, but also because Mount Theo is now Warlpiri Youth Development Aboriginal Corporation, it's diverting. Where are we diverting people? You know, if we're going to have an activity, why not attach something small that is a stepping stone towards a future, a bigger goal? Giving people, I guess, a sense of purpose is more around development than diversion. So youth workers are trained so that they can identify young people who are showing that they've got skills and an interest and are keen to learn some media skills to document knowledge and stories, songs.
PAW, Warlpiri Media, have been around for a long time. Everybody knows them. Lots of yup are working with them. And those elders were saying, you know, that's a good way for our young people to get jobs. So we'll start them early in youth program, finding out if they really like doing those sorts of things, and then maybe they can get real jobs so they can look after their family and contribute to their community better.
You know, happy to say that we do have, you know, people in our employment now that have come through the program, and some are employed on a casual basis, and some are employed, you know, on a permanent, part-time basis. And Bruno is one of those people.
Last year, I'm on job on PAW. By video, and I'm with help through what will ban organized and amna manukuna yanga jokin kana to manora period ya mutu ambudo yung alba kudu la yang people lawn mananya namna ne what program puna dare kana directing it editing ulara beak ulare nuru to kuna to manone football holo CAFL grand final 2008 kile yundo mo mano pani eskile mano media festival dama to mano ane kela kile music club na already man kid na dola kuda.
Young people get involved, and that's what it's all about. Number youth and media is getting youth involved. Nyago yanga yunglo lani janjala yunglo janwar kanga take it on man.
Kamarud bon market youth waka ngana ngale media program Kamarud law youth program law ngaka talang la sharing tadajeda.
When this program started, most of the kids got, young people got involved with this program. Before it wasn't really, the way I seen it, it wasn't really good for the kids. They just stay home, do nothing, and they see it's bored for them. But when this program started, they sort of like doing stuff.
It's important young people be involved because as a Walpri nation in Alaba, we can be proud of what young people are doing on their own and doing video editing and doing music of their own.
The current life of the mine is 2016. We are hoping to extend that at the moment. We're doing a feasibility study, but we hope to build a strong future through those royalties provided to WETT. From Newmont's point of view, WETT's a very good organisation. It's got very intelligent, dedicated group of people behind it. People who are passionate about the future for their kids and about recognise the importance of education. So, look, I can only commend the work that the WETT team do.
I mean, these are things that people are doing for themselves. It's Walpri people, I think, setting the example for everyone else.
Like nampura ngalai pun kanga pula pako yang child care la kujara pek support manjakan country visit la ngula kada pejana kanyu wanganya ngula rak ngul pina jaranya na yang kujara pek that's part of ngananga ngul education ke nampura jikala ngalani jarame kulo jang utunya nambajo
WETT ngula ju pawno ko jogo japa ko na daga ngana yegme ba ko wading baroko lawa ngula ju nyam ko jagal banga cenda nga jonga ngolo nga nyaname Walpri lang wala nga ngale panyangla.
I get really excited about this WETT project. It's the only project across the region that Yapa people asked for, they paid for with royalties, and they're directing every step of the way.
Much better, Yapa doing things for Yapa Kainyanuganga, Yapa Lang, and better than relying government away.
Walpa